Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host Michael Pickering. That's right, low-fi's and low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? We'll be covering 5 headlines from across the globe and then choose one to go into a more detailed analysis. For our third story today, we'll be focusing on the country of the Netherlands. It's that lo-fi style country profile. But also, it's everyone's favorite day of the week. That's right, it's another Good News Friday. Wherever you are in the world, take a step back for a second and chill for some goodness. The news fresh off the press. Source, BBC News, UK section. Cognac bottle, labeled one of world's oldest, sells for £118,000. Here's a story for all you fancy fans of libation. This bottle of cognac has been stored in a family cellar in France for 140 years. The auction house says it should still taste good. The implications. £118,000. That's 146,000 US. Damn, man. I mean, I know rich people got money, but that cognac better be better than simply good. How did the auction house put it? Should still taste good. That cognac better send me to the moon and back again, and I better have enough for multiple trips. But at least someone's gonna have a good Friday for sure. Or at least they should. Next up, source, BBC News Technology section. Uber destroys thousands of bikes and scooters. That's right, Uber has chosen to destroy thousands of bicycles and scooters in the US because they were older models. Let me holla at you, Uber. I mean, really. Come close. Come real close. There you go. It's a bicycle. 2 wheels, a chain, pedals, and handlebars. It's been an older model for, I don't know, maybe 200 years. Destroying bikes because they're older. Get out of here. Retro is in. Or so I read. The implications. You may be thinking, I thought it was Good News Friday. How is destroying bikes and scooters a good thing? Well, in my humble opinion, any excuse to come down on Uber that's not my own 2 a.m. induced fault is a good day. And moving on, because now it's time for our country profile of the day, the Netherlands. Geography lesson, Lo-Fi Nation. The Netherlands is bordered by the North Sea to the north, Germany to the east and south, and Belgium to the south and west. The Netherlands gained its independence from Spain in 1648, making it the oldest country we've covered so far at the beautiful age of 372 years old. In 2018, the country had a World Bank GDP per capita of just over $53,000 a year. Freedom House, covering civil liberties and civil rights around the world, gave the Netherlands a 99 score out of 100 for the past 2 years running and a rating of free. Reporters Without Borders, ranking 180 countries and territories across the globe via media freedoms, gave the rank of number 4 last year to the country. Transparency International, with its rankings of 183 countries and territories across the globe via their Corruption Perception Index, puts the Netherlands in at number 8 least corrupt country in the world. In a short summary, the Netherlands is by no means a young country. It's highly developed economically, highly developed politically, and has strong democratic institutions protecting against corruption and incursions into media independence. Though, as we know, no country is perfect. Now, what's been happening in the Netherlands lately? Well, source, DutchNews.ln, an English-speaking Dutch news source, because I don't speak Dutch. The headline, Minister rules out giving street wardens weapon as they go on strike. A street warden in the Netherlands is a city civil servant that deals mostly with parking tickets and truancy issues, as well as occasionally other matters dealing with the public. Of late, and one incident this weekend involving a group of teenagers, the Netherlands has seen an increased attacks against these wardens. Some cities are starting to want to arm these wardens for their own protections, and at the moment, they are on strike. The Justice Minister of the country stated that arming the wardens would amount to creating a new police force, which the wardens are not intended to be, nor do they have the training required to make that transition immediately. The implications. Hey teenagers, and other randos out there, how about you leave them wardens alone for a minute? I imagine they're pretty busy, trying to keep you from doing something dumb. Make peace with the wardens, and let them have a Good News Friday as well. And now for our Headline in the Spotlight segment. Source, BBC News, Middle East section. Cannabis burned during worship by ancient Israelites. Study. Well, what do we have here? People destroying bikes, people buying $118,000 pound cognac, and now ancient people's getting high? What a Friday indeed. The background and implications of this story. Apparently, 2,700 years ago, and let me quote the BBC on this one, ancient Israelites burned cannabis as part of their religious rituals, an archaeological study has found. The site of the finding is about 60 miles south of Tel Aviv. A question for you, Lo-Fi Nation. 2,700 years ago, was the Middle East perhaps a more peaceful place? Should the Trump administration make a new amendment to their Middle East peace plan? Write in and let me know your thoughts. And a last piece of news from Reuters World News. 5-year-old stopped on U.S. highway, wanted to buy a Lamborghini, police say. And before you ask, no, it wasn't Florida this time. It was Utah. That's right, a 5-year-old boy gets into an argument with his mother, who refuses to buy said 5-year-old a Lamborghini. So he takes the keys, hits the road, and starts his journey to California. Because that's where all Lamborghinis are, right? The implications. No implications. Everyone's got to have a dream. Just don't steal a car to get that dream, Lo-Fi Nation. There's always a better way. Side note, the boy only had $3 in his wallet to buy the car. Keep saving, little buddy. We're rooting for you. And that's a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Always remember that Lo-Fi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Please write in with your questions, comments, or requests for countries for our news segments, or a top 10 global list you want to see, too. Lofi Poli Sci at planetmail.com. That's Lofi, L-O-F-I, Poli, P-O-L-I, Sci, S-C-I, at planetmail.com. Let me say thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.